Hello, everyone. My topic is perspectives from a first-generation American on building a better future. I will share 3 perspectives with you. As each of you contemplate what a better future is and how to achieve it, I believe these perspectives can help guide you in that regard. So let me share with you my first perspective. Throughout my life, I have the utmost respect, and I would say a duty and an obligation to honor my parents and my grandparents. My parents were born in China, and they left China during a very tumultuous time, during the Civil War between the communists and the nationalists. They went to Hong Kong and built a good life in Hong Kong. But then they decided it was best for us to immigrate to the United States because it would provide the best opportunity for myself and my brothers to build a better future. They left their world, did not understand English, and they had to find new jobs to support the family. My 2 grandfathers left China in their adulthood to find jobs to support the family. One grandfather came to the United States. He eventually joined the United States Army and fought during World War II. And after that, he opened a Chinese laundry in Brooklyn, New York. My other grandfather left China, went to the Philippines, went to Mexico, came to the United States, and did whatever job was available throughout California, New York, and the Midwest. I deeply appreciate the sacrifices that they have made. It is that deep appreciation that compels me to want to build a better future for my family, for others, and for society as a whole. So that's the first perspective. Second perspective is I grew up in the US as a minority. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm very proud of it. I came to this country when I was 8, didn't know 1 word of English. Grew up in New York City, which had a level of diversity, which kind of helped. I decided that I wanted to be the first person in my family to go away for college. So I attended Lehigh University in Pennsylvania, and at the time I went, the undergraduate enrollment was 4,000. In my freshman class of 1,000, there were a total of 20 minorities, of which 5 were Asian. I found myself in a new environment. I found myself with fellow students that had completely different backgrounds and experiences than I. I challenged myself to adapt. I made friends by finding common ground and learning their world. And I have great friends today because of that. After I graduated, I found a job and went off to Houston, Texas. Never stepped foot in the state of Texas before, but I went away and there I go, finding new challenges. That's pretty much the way I lived my life. My family moved with me multiple times. We've lived in Chicago, we've lived in New York, we've lived in London, and now we live in Florida. My message to everyone here is the future is full of opportunities. Challenge yourself to take advantage of those opportunities. Adapt yourself and take risks. My third perspective, as a first-generation American, I live in 2 separate worlds. The world of my parents and my ancestors, the Chinese world. The world of many of my friends and colleagues, the non-Chinese world. I consider myself very fortunate to be able to live in both, because I could appreciate the differences and I could appreciate the beauty of both worlds. And my message in this perspective is the world is full of differences. We need to understand them and to embrace all the positive elements that they are there. Helen and I have tried our best to build a better future. Lehigh University gave me a full scholarship. Otherwise, I could not have afforded to attend. And in my years at Lehigh, from both an academic and a personal standpoint, I was able to build the foundation of my future success. In that appreciation, Helen and I contribute our time and our financial resources to provide financial aid for students at Lehigh. Separately, Helen has led a group, volunteer group, that prepared income tax returns for lower income families. What a wonderful feeling it is when you see them and they get a tax refund. There was one particular case where a father worked 3 separate jobs to raise a family of his wife and 3 young children. Helen also led a group, volunteer group, that brought art appreciation to low-income area elementary schools that had no art program. So the young students in these elementary schools were taught there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer. That's true for math, that's true for spelling, but it's not true for art. There is no right or wrong in art. And what Helen and her group brought was a sense of creative mindset to these young children who would otherwise not have been exposed to it. So Helen and I, we're strong believers in the power of education, and we will continue to press ahead with that as our priority. So I know each of you have a definition of what a better future means, and a thought about how to best go about it. And you are all right. Clearly, personal fulfillment should be a part of it. You yourself should ensure that you, your family, your children, have a happy and fruitful life. By the way, that's all my grandparents could have expected or considered. But many of us now can do that, and to think about how we can improve and make a better future in other important areas in this world. It could be providing opportunities for hardworking, lower-income families to advance their lives. Or it could be, in our society, ensuring basic medical care is available to impoverished people around the world. Or it could be to ensure the beauty, natural beauty of our country will be in place for future generations to come. As you think about a better future and what you would want to do, I would share with you the outtakes from the 3 perspectives I shared. First, think about how you benefited from others and how you can best honor them. Second is challenge yourself to make a difference. Adapt and take risks. Third, when I talk about the 2 worlds, third is step out of your world. Learn from others different than yourselves. Relate to people of different cultures, different age groups, different professions, different viewpoints. Only then can we learn truly what makes the beauty of our world. And also prepares us to how to deal with solving some of the things that we want to solve. I would say this, as you contemplate taking on these challenges, not only do others benefit from your contributions, but you as a person will become all the better for it. So I will just end with 2 quotes. First, from a Hall of Fame baseball player named Roberto Clemente. He was very charitable for helping Latin American and Caribbean countries. He would always send food to people in need. In December 31, 1972, en route to Nicaragua, where he was delivering food for earthquake victims, his plane crashed. He died at the age of 38. His quote, which I heard when I was a young boy, I would never forget. It was very simple and direct. If you are given the opportunity to make a difference in the world, and if you don't, then you have wasted your time on earth. The second quote comes from me. If we create joy, a moment of joy for others, perform an act of kindness, and embody a charitable heart, we can be assured that a better future lies for all. Thank you.